So today we want to dive into the city of Allen, Texas. What's it like living here? What can you do here? Give you some ideas on where to live, price points of homes, and why people want to call Allen home. Now, Allen is a population currently of over 113,000 people, but it's just right around 27 square miles. And the price of a home, if you're looking for single family homes, is the median price point right now is around $539,000. If you want a townhome, because we have plenty of those options as well, is about $460,000. And you can even find condo living here in the city of Allen. And that median price point is around $425,000. But overall, median price points around $523,000. And currently on the market is around 288 homes for sale. I know, depending on when I'm going to pull that up, it's going to change just a little bit, especially as the weekends get here. But if you're looking for new construction, there's actually only 26 available. So we do have some pretty limited new construction options that we'll get into. But just to kind of give you an idea of what we have here in Allen, it is a pretty established city, not a whole lot of areas to expand, the little pockets where they are throwing in some new construction. So we're not gonna have a whole lot of that. But as for who's living here, about 70% of homeowners are, about 70% of the people do own their homes here. We have a lot of apartment options too. So 30% are in the rental population here in Allen. Just to kind of give you an idea of how many people want to live here in this fantastic city. Now, as we are talking about the location of Allen and where it's at, like I said, it's just about northeast of Dallas, about, let's say, maybe 26 miles or so. So not even 30 miles from downtown Dallas, but you can hop on the 75 freeway depending on where you're at. Not a toll road, but if you want to maybe hop over there on the north side, Allen does border the city of Plano over on the east side, and McKinney is just north of it, but on the north side is going to be that 121 tollway. So you can hop over to Frisco pretty easily, maybe about 15-20 minutes depending on where you need to go. I guess it could be about 30 or so if you want to go to the other side of it. And to just get over maybe to the city, to the area of Richardson. Maybe you work in Richardson. There's a lot of tech and different big corporations over in the city of Richardson. That's only around 12 miles. It's a little bit further south. So just depending on where you need to go. But Allen's a really great location, mainly because of freeway access and everything that you might be looking for here in the city. And you can find homes price points of around $200,000. Yeah, maybe you're fixer-upper type home, but you can also find some great homes in the multi-million-dollar range, $5, $6, $7 million, and that obviously is in some of the beautiful gated communities, custom homes that we have here in the city of Allen. So if you're looking for a great place to live, can't wait to dive into all things Allen, Texas. If you like shopping and dining, Allen is going to have no shortage of options to choose from. We are going to drive you through Waters Creek Village here, kind of on right off of the 75 freeway and more of the south part of Allen. Now, as you can see, this is a fantastic area to come and hang out. It's outdoors, but it is a 52-acre mixed-use type development. You're going to have tons of different shopping and dining options out here, office space, residential lofts, apartment buildings. But as you can see, there's a lot of things going on here. They're going to have concerts that are going to be out here, lots of community events and things that you can come and do. But essentially, pretty much a lot of things that you're going to need or want, or lunch with your friends, or a night out to grab some dinner. You're gonna have a lot of options here in Waters Creek Village. So super popular, has a lot of the stores that you might want on an everyday basis. If you need to stop in at Lululemon, go grab some new lotion at Bath & Body Works. I know that's not for everybody, but lots of different shopping and dining options here at Waters Creek Village. So just kind of wanted to drive you through here. When the leaves get on these trees, it's really pretty, but a great outdoor shopping area, somewhere to come grab a cup of coffee, drinks with your friends, and dinner for a date night. And you can do it all right here in Waters Creek Village. So Allen has lots to offer, and this is one of them. A little bit more upscale. We have more shopping options that we'll drive you through, but you have a ton of them here in the city of Allen. It has a great location for everything that you're going to need. Tons of shopping is going to be right up on either side of the 75 freeway, from your Targets to your Home Depots as well. But lots of great shopping here in Waters Creek Village that you should definitely check out, even if you might not live in Allen. But it's just kind of nice knowing that if you're going to move to an area and you're, where's everything at? What am I going to need to do? You have it all right here at your fingertips because it is a super popular area. So let's drive on to the next one. I'm going to drive you in and through the Allen Outlet Mall. Now, this is super popular. It is crazy, insanely busy on the weekends. And it goes in this one big loop that I'm going to kind of go and drive you around. Now, the problem I have with this outlet mall in particular, especially if you're coming right off of the freeway, is that it kind of has the one main entrance for everybody that is getting off of the freeway and driving through here. Now, once you get in, obviously, sometimes I guess some people think that maybe this big circle is a little bit easier to navigate. But on the weekends, I will tell you, just to be able to get in and then just to be able to get out is absolutely bonkers. So decided to drive through here during the middle of the week while everybody was at school, just to kind of give you an idea of the shops that are in here. Yes, there are a lot of great stores that they have. It is a really good outlet mall. It is very popular and very busy. So if it's something that you wanted to check out, again, I keep saying that we have lots and lots of shopping options. Not only do we have high-end shopping here in Allen, we also have the outlet malls, and you also have great Targets and all of the other things that you could possibly need. But just taking you through the outlet mall just to kind of give you an idea of what it could be like on a weekly basis if you live just down the street. So that will be my one sticking point though about this particular shopping area, is just the traffic alone trying to get in and out of it. Not too bad during the week, but on the weekends it is completely crazy. I try to avoid it on the weekends. I actually will only come over here on the weekends if I might be showing houses. In fact, I had an open house here a couple weekends ago, and I was stalling after my open house before I went to go show homes right after. And I had about an hour and a half to kill, needed to go look for a pair of shoes. So I came over here. I think I spent half the time just trying to get into the parking lot. So this particular neighborhood is this particular shopping area can be a little bit crazy, but just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. But with 120 stores, it gives you a lot of options. So just kind of wanted to take you through and give you an idea of what it looked like here in the shops in Allen. Now I'm over here in Allen at what is called the Farm. I am just off the 121 freeway and Alma and about Ridgeway. So easy freeway access, because that way a lot of good access to Frisco, McKinney, Plano. Everybody can come over here and enjoy what this is going to be. Now there's some restaurants and things that have already started. We have townhomes in here that are already being built. But essentially this is 135 acres of mixed-use development space, which is going to have office space. It's going to have urban residential, so a little bit more modern for those who are looking for something a little bit sleeker and newer, I guess you could say. They're also going to have senior living over here. They're going to have retail out here. Some corporate headquarters are going to be in here. As you can see, some of the lofts and things are right here in front of us, and I'll take you around to where some of the townhomes and residential new construction is. They're also going to have some lofts in here. Again, like I said, some new construction townhomes are over here. This whole area is going to have a lot of restaurants and entertainment space. And ultimately, there's going to be over 4,000 people that live within the farm, which I think is kind of funny because once upon a time this was farmland, but there ain't really any farms to be had right here, especially right here off of the freeway in Allen. So of course, in the daytime, you're going to have a lot of employment offices. As you can see ahead, it's looking like it's making some really good progress. They're going to have chicken and pickle out here. So if you haven't been and you're obsessed with pickleball, indoor and outdoor pickleball courts, but they also have a lot of outdoor, we'll call it lawn games, which are super fun. Just a great place to hang out and play pickleball if that is your new obsession, like a lot of people's. So making this more of like a retail, entertainment, business type venue, it's going to, so essentially they could have upwards of even maybe 6,000 people over here because of the loft space and apartment type living and senior living that they're gonna have over here. So they will have over 300 residential units. So all these townhomes that you can see right here being built by Ashton Woods, and they're gonna have 100 luxury townhomes over here too. So lots of residential opportunities if you want something a little bit less maintenance, but you want access to the restaurants. Maybe you even work over here and you want to purchase a property for yourself, but also no matter where it is that you might be working over here in the North Dallas area, this could be a good option because of the location and freeway access. Like I said, easy to get over to Frisco, Plano, McKinney, and hop on the freeway, get down to Dallas even. So lots of opportunities to come here in the farm in Allen, Texas. So just wanted to kind of drive you through there, give you an idea of what this is going to look like. As you can see, a lot of open space still, so a lot of building still to come. So lots going on over here in the farm. So there's not a lot of new construction here in Allen, Texas, but if you're looking for luxury homes, this little community right here off of Stacy Road, about a mile and a half maybe, just west of the 75 freeway, here more on the north end of Allen, not too far away from Allen Outlet Mall, is what is called Reserve at Waters. Now the builder in here is Southgate Homes, and I actually really love Southgate Homes. Thing in here, because of this price point, because of the location, obviously we do not have some super big lots in here. I'm sure you could fit a pool in your backyard, but the lots aren't exactly gigantic out here. Now, in this particular community of the Reserve at Waters, there's only 124 homes that are available. And as you can see, we're really probably not even halfway done being built out. So there are a number of lots still available, a few homes that are essentially spec homes that are available for purchase. And the prices are, well, starting in the mid $900,000 range, but once you kind of get all your upgrades in there, you are looking at, you know, at least just over $1 million, 1.1 to get into a home here in this particular community. Now, again, lots aren't huge, but they are, I think, about 65-foot lot. That's going to be the width of them. The depth of all of these lots are going to be a little bit different, but you are looking at also for size of homes, you're looking at around 2,900 square feet to just over 4,000 square feet. Also over here in this particular community, we're below 2% for the tax rate. So for new construction, that's kind of good, I do feel like, as well. And there is no mud or no PID out here in the Reserve at Waters either. So if you're looking for new construction, you want a beautiful home, Southgate Homes here in the Reserve at Waters. And if you have any more questions at all, lots of availability. Of course, that's going to depend on when you are actually purchasing, but also as for amenities, they don't have a lot of those either. There's a couple little parks in here, but you're not going to have any neighborhood pools. You're going to have to probably be putting that in your own backyard. So another thing that people do ask about are these retaining walls. You're going to find quite a few houses that are going to back up to that. So a little bit of elevation change in these particular homes. So anyway, Southgate Homes is the only builder here in this particular community, just over 100 lots. And if you want more information, you want to build from the ground up, or you want to know what might be available right now, reach out and I would be more than happy to get you that information. But the model home here is quite beautiful and a lot of great features that Southgate offers as like standard. But of course, you're always going to have upgrades if you are looking to build. So that is something to always consider if you're building new construction. Now we also have new construction here in Allen for 55 and older, for those who are looking for some less maintenance. Now this is called The Gatherings at Twin Creeks, and it's for 55 and older. Like I said, there's 7 buildings, but prices are starting at just around $400,000. Now we have these condos that are just over 1,500 square feet up to about just over 2,000 square feet, but it has all the amenities right here. We even have like a little community garden, We have community pool, activity center, pickleball courts, and it's right in the heart of it all. Yes, it's a busy condo complex, apartments right here out the way, but not too far from the freeway. So if you still want to be able to have access, but you want low maintenance living and you want to be with other individuals who might be your same age, this could be a really good option. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there because there is new construction. And if you have an idea that maybe you have family moving here, maybe your parents want to move closer to you, or maybe you're actually considering moving closer so that you can be near your kids or your grandkids and you want low maintenance living, that could be a good option. Now here in Allen, you're not going to have any problem with local events, community events, annual events, and tons of things to do. And out at Celebration Park is where you're going to find a lot of them, from the hot air balloon festivals to 4th of July festivals, and I mean, anything you could think to happen. But I love Celebration Park. There is so much to do here. If you have kids in sports and are doing any sort of activities, you're from the football field to the soccer fields to baseball fields, and the great kiddie playground. So you want to come out here and host a birthday party, this is certainly going to be a great place to be. And I don't know, I just love the colors out here and so much to do. So basketball, just go out and go fishing in the pond, multiple ponds out here. And it really is a beautiful park, but it's way over on the east side of Allen, but the big, huge local community events that they put on will take place over in Celebration Park. And it's one of my favorites here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that is a good one. Let's go on to the next. Another great park that they have here in Allen is called Bethany Lakes Park. Now, this particular park is 47 acres and it has a lot of trails. When there's ponds and parks and a fishing pier and playgrounds, it just gives you a lot of things to do if you want to be outdoors. And this is another really good one. There are over 80 acres worth of parks here in the city of Allen and tons of trails that you can hop on and get all through the city if you want to be outdoors. But Bethany Lakes is another really beautiful one. Like I said, I just remember when my kids were younger and they were always wanting to grab their fishing poles and go find a little pond to try and catch some fish. So this beautiful lake right here in the middle of one of the neighborhoods is another beautiful one out here. So I love, that is probably one of my favorite things about Texas. I was just talking to another client who's getting ready to move here from the beautiful state of Arizona. And we were just talking about how green it was and how many of these big lush parks with all the trees and stuff that you can find. So lots of things to do out here in this particular park. Again, 47 acres. They do have baseball fields out here, an amphitheater out here, some disc golf. That's always fun to do. We kind of got into that because of some of the parks over by our house, but lots to do in so many of these parks here in Allen, Texas, and Bethany Lakes is one of them. Now I'm going to drive you through Allen Station Park here. This is actually right behind Allen High School, and you have everything here, from the swimming pool over here, the skateboard park, baseball, softball fields, trails, playgrounds. They used to have a wave park here. I guess it closed. Kind of sad, I feel like. The Heritage Park Museum, Allen Heritage Village. So kind of a little bit of history on Allen. We have that over here on the south side of Allen Station Park. You can play tennis, you can play pickleball, you can see all the green spaces and the trails out here, which is super nice with all the trees. On a weekend, this place is another area that is super busy with things to do. We have a senior center down here, but another really great area with all of this green space. Neighborhoods and housing and communities, and yet still being in a really great location. You have somewhere like this that you can pop over to and, kind of spend the day. I'm not sure if you can see out, that's where they used to have the wave park out there. There's this company that still runs it, actually still has their operations over in Little Elm, but apparently this closed down. I don't know, and I don't exactly know the reason why. So All right, like I said, not a whole lot of new construction options here in Allen, but we're driving you through Twin Creeks at Waters. I do not know why I can't say that. Now we have CB Jenny new construction townhomes over here, and we also have homes by Normandy. Now the CB Jenny townhomes over here, prices are starting just over $400,000, but you have these 2-story townhomes and a nice, cute little community over here. Literally, you could probably throw a stone to get over to the 75 freeway if that's what you need. But we have cute little parks, trails, little areas to hang out in here. Nice little townhouse community over here. But we also have some single family homes with Normandy. They're gonna have rear entry garages, as are the townhomes over here. So if this is something that you want, if you're looking for some more low maintenance living, you want a good location, this is another really good one. So just kind of driving you through here because of the new construction that we have. Now I'm going to take you through one of my favorite neighborhoods over here in Allen called Montgomery Farms. Now, as you can see here with these beautiful rolling hills that we have, it obviously used to be a really big farm out here, but just driving in through this particular entrance over here is just so pretty underneath this bridge. Now, this particular community is all about green living, and they've really adopted the community to just be very nature friendly. Just really stands out with some of the architecture over here, as well as what you can see. Everybody's yards are absolutely beautiful over here. I feel like every time I've been in here in the different neighborhoods and streets I've been up and down, everybody takes very, very good care of their homes. But just kind of wanted to drive you through here. Now, prices in this particular neighborhood, you're really not going to find anything below $1 million, but you can also find them upwards of a couple $1 million in here. As you can kind of take a look at what some of them, they do kind of stand out. You might not have a super huge yard on most of them, but nonetheless, it is just one of my favorite neighborhoods that I've been in and showed houses here in Allen. So if you have a little bit higher of a price point, if you have something if something like this appeals to you when you're looking to make a move, this is certainly a little bit different than some of the other neighborhoods that you're going to find here in the Dallas metro area. I know some of these newer master plan communities are really starting to stand out with some of the things that they're doing, but this one's been around for quite a while, and there's some beautiful properties over here. So if you want something with a little bit more character, we are a little bit further on the south end of Allen. We're almost touching the Plano border, but not too far from the freeways either. So just a lot of green space that is down and around and through this particular neighborhood of Montgomery Farms. But the way this community backs up to all of this green space, it has a ton of walking trails, tons of trees, and it's just somewhere to kind of be outside with nature here in Texas. So love this particular community, and I love some of these houses. So just kind of want to give you a tour up and down some of these streets to give you an idea of what it looks like living here in Montgomery Farms in Allen, Texas. So let me know if you have any questions at all. Now I want to take you through the community of Saddle Ridge Estates. Now this is another really good one, established neighborhood, but we're going to have quite a few amenities. We're off Stacy Road over here, and fairly large community. You are looking at prices from the around $700,000 to over $1 million. But we have lots of trails, as you can see, lots of trees, community pool, and lots of things that you can get over here in this particular community. All of the homes in this particular community were built by Toll Brothers, but again, we have been here for quite a bit of time, but I wanted to show you a little bit more of an established neighborhood here in Allen. There are a lot of good ones because it has been around for a long time, but you are looking at much larger lots, certainly bigger lots compared to the Southgate homes over in the reserve at Waters, and more established areas. So you can't find a whole lot of larger lots these days on newer construction homes unless you're getting further out or you're paying quite a big premium for them. But you can get that here in Saddle Ridge Estates in Allen. And again, we're not too far away from Allen High School. We're a little bit further on the north end of things and not too far away from outlet malls, tons of shopping, dining, and pretty much everything that you're going to need. So a lot of these things, when you're trying to kind of figure out where it is that you're looking to move and where might be the right fit for you and your family, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, or maybe you're an empty nester, a lot of times people are just trying to figure out location and what is going to be the perfect fit. So if you're hoping for established neighborhoods yet you still want access to a lot of things, this could be a really good one. Me personally, I love a lot of the established neighborhoods. I just love how you have a little bit more character. You get more trees. A lot of these homes might already have a pool in them, and you just want another really good location. So anyway, if you have any more questions about this particular community, you want pricing, you want to know what you can get in some of these areas, maybe you are looking for a home with a pool, you are looking for a house that has a lot, or a community that has amenities, but you don't need maybe more than just a community pool and maybe some parks and playgrounds for your kids. This could be a good one, but as I kind of drive you through here, you can see a little bit more dated tile roofs right there. You do not see a lot of those here in Texas because we have hail, and Lord only knows what is going to happen when the hail pummels a house like that with a tile roof. It can be extremely expensive. In fact, I am closing on a house here fairly soon. The house was 10 years old, and we were kind of surprised that it had never had any roof replacement or anything. Well, of course, during the inspection, obviously within the last year or two, there had been a pretty big hailstorm that had gone through, and the seller just hadn't checked it. So they are looking to get that replaced, thankfully. So my client is going in with a brand new roof, but still can't imagine that happening in one of these neighborhoods on a home with a tile roof, and how badly those could crack because they're so much more expensive. But anyway, obviously there are a handful of those here in this particular community. So if you want any more information, you have any other questions about anywhere to live and your different price points here in Allen, reach out to me and I would be more than happy to help you get that information and find you what you're looking for. Next, I'm going to drive you through the community of Waterford Parks, another beautiful established neighborhood in Allen. I know I'm going to say that a lot, and I just kind of want to point out a few of them just to kind of give you an idea of what it is that you are looking to purchase here in Allen. Now, I will say that as you get further over on more of the west side of the 75 freeway, you're going to find some larger homes and probably some higher price points over here. If you want established neighborhoods, but maybe you can't quite afford the $1 million price point or even the $700,000 price point, a lot of those homes are going to be over on the east side of the 75 freeway. So older homes, smaller homes, and that's where you're going to find them. So just kind of driving through and giving you an idea of what some of these neighborhoods look like in Allen. It is one of my favorite areas if you're looking for established neighborhoods and you're wanting a great school district. Obviously, Allen is one of the top ones here in the state of Texas and also in the entire country. So it's just a massive high school, but this is another good one, just kind of giving you a sense of what it's like living over here in Allen. So here in Waterford Park, you're going to have your community pool, lots of trails. In fact, a lot of these homes, another thing to take note of is you're going to have your rear entry garage. So your backyard probably isn't going to be quite as big as you might hope, but at the same time, you don't have to look and stare at your driveway. I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between what people prefer. I get people who are very passionate about not wanting a rear entry garage, and then I have other people who, when they move here to Texas, they realize, oh, I don't know, it's kind of nice that I don't have to sit and stare at that and everything can go in the back of the house. So this particular community, a lot of the houses are going to have your rear entry garage here. So just another thing to take note of in some of these established neighborhoods. here in Allen and in some of the areas that we have here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you kind of think. Do you prefer a rear entry garage, or do you actually prefer the garage in the front? So there's going to be a lot of really good neighborhoods right here off Stacy Road, not too far from the freeway. So this particular neighborhood is another really good one, and this is Star Creek. It's a pretty big, pretty big. It's a fairly large oh my heaven. It's a fairly large master plan community over here. And as you can see, it has a beautiful entrance with these ponds, the fountains. We have our clubhouse, the swimming pools, parks, green spaces, and this beautiful trail that goes all the way up and through the community over here. So as you can see, all these trees that are lining the roadway over here, and these walking trails, benches to sit down on under the shade when the weather's nice, if you're maybe out walking your dog or with your kids. Now, this particular neighborhood, houses were built from around the 90s to the 2010s. And of course, like I said, this is all about location. It is near the golf course. It has a swim center, parks, multiple lakes, and again, tons of walking trails. So if you're looking for something that is really great for families, people who want to be outside because of, all the nature and the trails, I mean, you really have no excuse to be indoors when you live in a great community like this. And homes over here are going to be starting in around the mid $600,000 range to well over $1 million, depending on the size of it, the size of the lot, and the type of upgrades that you might find in one of them. But I've seen a handful of stunning homes in here. I've also seen quite a few of them that might be a little bit more dated, but not everybody wants bright white kitchens and modern amenities. So a lot of people I have dealt with really do like the classic charm of some of these established neighborhoods, and this is going to be a really good one. But it is one of the larger master plan communities here in the city of Allen, and it has a fantastic location. So if you want a master plan community that's established in a great area because you need access to the freeways, this is going to be another one that you may want to consider. So reach out, let me know if I can help answer any questions about what it's like living in any one of these communities here in the city of Allen. Now, let's talk about the schools here in Allen, Texas. Now, according to niche.com, Allen High School and the Allen School District is ranked number 3 for the best school districts in all of DFW, and it does have an overall A+ rating. It is the 4th largest high school in the entire country, and in 2024, their graduating class had almost 1,800 students. So again, it's quite large. Now, the entire student body at the high school is just under 7,000 students, with over 21,000 students throughout the entire school district. Now, that does make up 18 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and then they do have the one 9th grade campus and then the one high school campus, which is, the official campus for 10th through 12th grade. We do have a lot of the schools here that have a separate 9th grade campus with their own administration, and Allen is one of them, which I do really feel like they definitely needed just because of the size of the school. So I kind of wanted to drive you through and see how big the school district is. They're here in Allen also, there are over 50 service organizations and clubs just at the high school alone, which does, even though it's a huge school, it allows a lot of kids to be able to focus on different areas of interest. So whatever it is that they're into, if they're into, dance, singing, any of the arts, cultural type stuff, whether it's technology or sports, so many different options. And also having that many different clubs in a school is a great way for the kids to not feel so lost at the school, because it's a great way for people to meet friends, especially if you're moving here and your kids are in high school, and be able to participate in all kinds of different extracurricular activities. So here in the Allen School District, they also have everything from the career and technology programs, which are going to help students get more of that real life experience. I've heard really great things about that, and be able to kind of set them up really well for maybe their careers after high school. They also have a pretty extensive fine arts program. And that kind of stuff is going to range everything from their massive marching band to dance, choir, orchestra, and honestly, I've heard really good things about all of them. And of course, we have their football stadium. Let's kind of pull in and show you that for a second. Here in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this was one of the first of its kind for high school football stadiums here in Texas. It was built back in 2012 when we had first moved here, and it was said to cost over $60 million. I know, for a high school football stadium, right? And it does seat over 18,000 people. So now, believe it or not, here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's actually even bigger and more expensive football stadiums. Not everybody seems to be on board with that, seem to think it's a little bit crazy, but here in Texas, I will always say, things are definitely a little bit bigger. Now, this football stadium, they did have to reduce some of the stuff because of our lovely soil here and some of the settling that went on with this football stadium. But, you know, when everything's bigger and better here in Texas, we all tend to kind of think of it as one-upping of the Joneses just a little bit. But this is a massive football stadium, and you know, the entire community does love to come out to football, even high school football games here. And you just, if you love football, high school football is definitely another one that you can get involved in. So here in Allen, just kind of wanted to make sure we pointed that out, because once upon a time it was definitely the talk of the town. So football, sports, and everything Allen in the Allen School District is certainly something to consider. So the question I get is, why Allen? When people don't know where to move and they have all of these questions about the perfect place to live, why Allen? Now, I would say if you want an established neighborhood, if you want a great location, if you want to be able to have good freeway access, but not even just the toll road, you have the 75 freeway, because when you get here in North Dallas, you can be stuck in a lot of toll roads. Yes, you have the 121 on the north side, but for commuting to Dallas, Allen is a great one. You have so many things to do here, everything from shopping and dining, tons of parks, lots of recreation, things to do outside. For sure, you need to get involved in high school football games, even if you don't have kids. Okay, you do not have to, but it is a thing. And if you want to be able to play tennis, to play pickleball, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, all the trails for hiking and mountain biking, you have it all here in the city of Allen. So any more questions about where to live, the price points of homes, and what you can get in certain areas, reach out to me. I love Allen. I love looking at homes in Allen. Sometimes Allen can be a little bit far, especially with traffic, but I love a lot of the areas here in Allen and a lot of the communities, and it is a really good one. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my information is down below. You can search for things on my website, and you can reach out to me, and we can help you find the perfect place to live, whether it's in Allen or anywhere here in DFW. And until next time, take care.